Sandra.
Well, it's time for Friday the 13th Part 2, taking place right after the first when Betsy Palmer got her head smacked off during that atrocious battle with Alice. Originally, Part 2 was meant to be a completely different movie to cap off an anthology series to show off what more can happen on Friday the 13th. Kinda like Halloween 3 to start off its own anthology to show what can happen on Halloween, but fans hated it because it didn't have Michael Myers, so they brought him back for Part 4. Okay, back to Friday the 13th. Well, fans really wanted to see the continuation of Jason after that surprise at the end when he pulls Alice down with him. She's one of the few characters to return in this movie, and she's killed instantly by a mysterious man. And this mysterious man is Jason. His Killing Spree debut movie, which would continue throughout the series. The opening to the movie is great, with Jason walking outside and you just see his feet after a kid plays hopscotch or whatever the fuck. Jason kills Alice, and the movie's opening title starts. Jason apparently loves wearing flannel, the only time he would wear that in the movies, along with jean straps. Holy Jesus. He also left his mom's head in Alice's fridge. I could understand Jason's vendetta against Alice cause she killed his mom, but the movie continues and now Jason just kills random people because there's a new counselor's training camp at the Crystal Lake and a ton of new people. We can, let's call them victims, especially this guy, Scott, who looks like he could be a member of Grease and is the biggest pervert possibly in the whole series. He slingshots a rock into Terry's ass. I mean, who wouldn't just look at it? And he steals her clothes as well. Fucking pervert. What a great guy. Go Grease Lightning. And newsflash, the MPAA strikes again. They felt that the kills would make the film receive an X rating, so they cut down the violence, like when Jason slits Scott's throat and it cuts immediately, like when Jason sticks a kitchen knife into Vicky and you don't see Jack. Terry is killed off screen. A deputy is killed with a hammer claw, which is hilarious because of his face. Crazy Ralph, yes, that's what they call him, who was in the beginning of the first one and is strangled to death. Sandra and Jeff are killed while having sex, at least they went out while having a good time. And my favorite is Mark, the poor guy in the wheelchair. His death is the one that's kinda worth it because you can see the machete in his face. And if that wasn't enough for the poor guy, he falls down a flight of stairs while still in the wheelchair. I like this. I'm gonna start calling all the killings from now on. They're just so memorable. Jason obviously doesn't sport the famous hockey mask in this one. Instead, he wears a burlap sack over his head with one eye poking out, and he's skinnier, he runs, and he's not as strong. I guess that was the general idea for Jason until they superheroed him all out. And the way he's taken out, Gina just sticks a machete in his shoulder, and that's it. Of course, it doesn't kill him, but for this movie, that's how he goes. There's also a drag scene where Gina pretends to be Jason's mother, and it makes Jason look like a fool, actually believing that Gina is his mother. We do see new footage of Betsy Palmer, and the things we assume she used to do to Jason, like order him around and he obeys. So yeah, Jason is a huge mama's boy. Good grief. He keeps her head in this little bundaloo and keeps it sacred with that blue sweater, so I guess that was sacred too. Like the first film, when it came out, it received negative reviews and it was panned. But as the years went on, it's gotten a little better, mainly because it's the debut of Jason Voorhees. A lot of confusion stir in the film's ending because after Jason is hit with the machete, he comes back, and it's intending that this scene is taking place in reality, and that Paul was killed off screen because he's nowhere to be found in the end. And in the next film, it's believed that Paul survived and the ending was apparently different. The ending just shows Mrs. Voorhees' head and Jason is gone. Originally, the plan was to have Pamela's head wink and smile, which would have been awful. But this movie is put in the series. The debut of Jason, the confusion of the ending, memorable kills, and a more memorable sequel coming up because it would be the debut of a certain look for our friend, Jason Voorhees.
God.
Help! Damn that Paul, him and his wilderness bullshit.